Hey guys, what's going on? I have a Rick and Morty theory video I think you'll all enjoy, and it sparked my interest, and I think it'll spark yours too. I'm going to lay down a couple thoughts about why I believe Rick's genius is the cause of something unworldly, not of this world. Let's get right into it. Okay, so in episode 1, we see Rick and Morty go on what I presume to be their first adventure. They travel to a world where they pick megaseeds from the local fruit on that planet. Rick states that the megaseeds are crucial to his research and that he's going to need Morty's help to get through customs. So, Rick tells Morty that he's come here too many times to collect these seeds and that he usually puts them up his butt to get through security. He also mentions that his anal cavity is basically too wide to hold these seeds because they're so big, and he's been doing it for so long. He tells Morty to put them way up his butt to sneak these precious seeds through customs and security. Okay, so now that we have the context of this situation, I'm going to delve into this theory a little bit more and discuss why these seeds are so important for Rick's genius. When we first see Rick in episode 1, he's drinking from an unmarked bottle of what we can presume to be alcohol. But is it really? Every time Rick does something profound and genius, he's always drinking, if you notice. Could this mean that he needs alcohol to dilute the memories of all of his heinous crimes against humanity? Whenever Rick drinks from his flask or bottle, a green dribble comes from his mouth. At first we could think that this could be from the alcohol and a bit of throw up is maybe coming from his mouth. But why is it at the end of the episode, Morty has the same green dribble coming from his mouth that Rick did? As far as we know, Morty didn't have any alcohol before this happens, and Rick clearly tells Morty that the seeds make him a genius for a little while, then the effects slowly fade away, causing pain and seizing. Like any other drug, I believe Rick's built up a tolerance for this kind of megaseed and the side effects of it. Maybe the only side effect he has from it is his genius. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward now to season 1, episode 10, titled Close Rick Counters of the Rick Kind, when we're introduced to the Citadel of Ricks. When we finally arrive at the Citadel of Ricks, the tree in the center of the room looks oddly familiar, doesn't it? Well, that's because I think the Ricks worship the megaseeds and built a subtle shrine to them in the form of this symbolic tree in the center of the Citadel. Okay, now, this is where things get knocked into 12th gear. Moving ahead to season 3, episode 1, entitled The Rick Shank Redemption. We watch as Rick escapes the prison through a very creative way. He fabricates his background story in his consciousness to hide his secrets about interdimensional travel from the intergalactic government, and he uploads a virus to take control over the system. In the same manner that Rick manifested a completely falsified backstory, I believe that Rick could have done the same with MEGASEED fluid to give him that quick spark of genius to escape. Once we leave the Shonies in Rick's conscious mind and are back at the prison, Rick has that same green dribble coming from his mouth, showing us that 1, he is the Rick that we're following, and 2, he is drunk on the megaseed fluid that he's fabricated in his own consciousness to allow him to carry out his genius plans with ease. Meanwhile,
in our universe,
back at the Citadel of Ricks, all the other Ricks don't have this green dribble, and we can easily point out which one is the true Rick. Okay, so one more thing to point out. When Rick transfers his consciousness to another body, the same dribble follows him to the next body. So this tells me that Rick is drunk off megaseeds in his consciousness because alcohol doesn't work that way. Alcohol is absorbed within your body and it makes you drunk. Therefore, I believe Rick is carrying his genius consciousness over multiple bodies. Okay, so I know this is a lot of info to go through, but what do you guys think about this theory? Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. And as they say in Canada, peace out!